Hey everybody, Craig Cottle with Nature Reliance School, guest instructor with dansdepot.com. Today what I wanted to do is talk about one edible species of plant. It's one of the most commonly seen, easily identified to Typha latifolia, otherwise known as common cattail. As always, when we're dealing with edible and medicinal plants, we want to give you a word of caution. There's a poisonous lookalikes for a lot of materials out here that you might want to use for medicine or eat for sustenance. Today what we wanted to do is use cattails basically at the end of the winter time, because there's none of those green shoots that are easily misrepresentations of what we think are cattails. Two of those are irises and daffodils. In young shoots they look very similar to cattails, so what I want to do today is use this big downy head because these are so easily identified, and that way you all know that you all are looking at cattails when you go out, because poisonous lookalikes do not have this part of the plant on them. Another reason I wanted to do this is that we're basically getting ready to start spring here in Kentucky, and most of what I've been doing has been indoors, and I haven't had a chance to do much in the water since it's been wintertime, so I'm getting in this water today. So again, I want to make sure I'm clear. In a survival situation where it's cold weather, you absolutely do not want to get in this water. This is another reason I chose these cattails, because you can see if I wanted to, I could be right along the edge of the bank here and easily get to these cattails without getting in the water and getting wet, which obviously is going to cool down our core body temp. Since it's warm today, I'm going to get out here so I can get some real good grasp on some of these things and show you. But the main thing I want to point out in regards to cattails is that these are dead. So cattails are basically a big supermarket. So there's nothing on a cattail that you can't eat. Right now, these downy heads have started to break apart. This could be utilized as good down comforting. I mean, as warmth against your body, much like down comforting. So we could utilize that as well, even though that it's dead and it's dying and it's blowing away. But when it gets springtime, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you some new growth and how to use the entire plant. But today what I want to emphasize for you is basically the root system. Cattails are rhizomes, which means all these are interconnected with one another. So what I'm going to do is get down here and get to the base of this plant and pull up as much of it as I can so you can see what's down there. So what we've got here is we've got one big hunk of root system of this one plant, and it looks kind of mucky right now, but what you'll find is, if I can get my knife out here, is you'll cut into these plants and you'll see there's going to be some white substance inside of it. This white substance is real clean and it's incredibly tasty. Some would say, well, what does a cattail taste like? Well, I'll tell you what it tastes like. It tastes exactly like cattails. So take that for what it's worth. These cattails are really good, they're incredibly nutritious, and they're really easy to get in a survival situation. Again, I would walk along the bank. If it's summertime in a survival situation, heck, I might just get out here so that I can cool off. My body temp is getting too hot. So, but that's real easy to get, and you can see there's literally dozens of those right here that we could get, and we can make a nice meal out of them. Keep in mind though, in all edible and medicinal plant situations, particularly in a survival situation, the name of the game is calorie expenditure versus calorie intake. So if I expend a tremendous amount of energy collecting these cattails, then basically the calorie intake that I'm going to get from them is going to be negligible. So what I want to do, because mainly this plant is good for starch, this real starchy material inside here, see how white that is, and that's good for you, but at the same time it just simply doesn't have a whole lot of calories. Therefore, if I have really worked hard to get this material and then I ingest it, after ingesting it and my body uses up calories to digest it, basically there's going to be no perceived benefit in taking this plant in. At the same time, if you can get a small stand of these where they're all together and you can easily get to them, you don't have to use that many calories to get them, then you're going to have quite a number of starchy plants, material to utilize on the root system, and there you go. You've got some food in a wintertime situation where in essence you could be starving. Okay, so come springtime, when we've got some green shoots, I'm going to come out here and show you the other pieces of this plant that we can utilize, because it's going to have a whole lot more calories and health benefits for us, and I'll be back to show you that then. Until then, I hope to see you on or off the trail.